My dog has a few kinks to work out. When she is training, she does pretty okay being focused, but if another dog starts barking, she goes nuts, barking and whining, and it's really hard to get her back to where I need her to be. So what can I do to help her? This is a great question. What I would do is do my best to create scenarios on purpose where there are dogs nearby that I know are not likely to bark. And this can be quite challenging because if you are around dogs that you are not familiar with, that you don't know how they're going to respond to her, I would do my best to see if I have any friends or anyone that I know that has a dog, a mellow, low energy dog, perhaps even a senior whom she can be around. And my hunch would actually be that it's not so much just the barking that sets her off, it's more so potentially even just their presence, but she isn't really displaying barking when they're around her, but she may still be displaying some form of insecurity, some form of nervousness, of feeling a bit weary, because oftentimes it's through a dog feeling a little bit unsure that when something else happens, then they escalate as a result. So I would very much focus on building her confidence around dogs that are not very vocal, just to make it so it's an environment that's a lot easier for her and you to navigate first and foremost. I would also look into how she feels when she's outdoors. Obviously, these dogs that she's encountering, whether they bark or not, are outdoors, and if she's doing quite well walking, being outside, I would try adding some distractions, maybe even a fake dog, a ball, a toy, things that don't bark or obviously aren't actual dogs, and seeing how she responds to those. With a very young dog, I definitely want to make sure that I have as many scenarios as possible where she or he is showing me, hey, even though these things are happening, I can very much still give you my attention. I can still focus. And if I have that, then I know I can take things to the next level and actually approach a dog, whether or not they're going to bark. Of course, much better if I know that they aren't. But if I don't have the basics, if I don't have the foundation, or little scenarios where the common denominator is some type of distraction, some kind of trigger, if I can't get her to refocus back on me with those little distractions, then we are perhaps not yet ready to even be around dogs to the point where we can expect the right behavior just quite yet. So I would make sure to really work my way up. I would look into little scenarios that we can work through, and you can never practice too much with a dog. You can never recreate too many scenarios where they're going to show you, I have this in the bag, it's so easy, let's do the next thing already, because then you're going to see that they are much more successful with time. You're going to see that they are more likely to do the behaviors that you do want if they get to practice exactly those scenarios, those behaviors in ways that are going to be successful for them and to you as well, and of course more than anything manageable and accomplishable for you both.